how to work on yourself when you don't love yourself. I got this question asked on my recent Facebook post. When I shared my experience about my surgery, there was a woman who commented and asked this question: how to work on myself when I don't love myself? And I can relate to this so much, because when I started working on myself, I really didn't love myself. I hated my own reflection in a mirror. I hated my traits, some of my personality traits. I hated that I had no skills. I hated that I felt stupid. I felt like I didn't deserve to be in some rooms where I was. I just didn't like myself, and because I didn't love myself, I was numbing my own emotions about myself. I would suppress emotions and I would numb them with smoking, drinking alcohol, and just really unhealthy lifestyle. I was always disciplined in my career, with my work, so I would get the job done. But after my work, I didn't really reflect on myself. I just wanted to numb myself, and because I didn't respect my body enough, I didn't take care of it properly. I was just going out and partying, and I lacked sleep. I lacked good quality sleep. And then I would have some flare-ups on my skin. I had crazy acne. And when you don't take care of yourself, everything gets worse. You feel worse, your skin looks worse. And then I would shame myself for doing those unhealthy habits. But it would be so hard to change, because the lack of love translated into lacking good intentions for taking care of myself, because I was already too ashamed to take any little step towards self-love. But if you feel like it's hard for you to work on yourself because you lack self-love and self-esteem, I want you to look at it from a positive perspective, because when you don't love yourself, it's not a bad place to start working on yourself. What helped me, in my case, I felt disgust about my own identity back then. Oh, sorry, my arm hurts after surgery while holding a phone on the side. I need to rest it. I felt disgust. Disgust is one of the worst emotions people can have. You know, when you disgust some food, you're never touching it again. I need to support my arm somehow. When you disgust some food, you're never touching it again. When you disgust a drink, you're never drinking it again. When you meet someone and you feel like the energy is off, or they do something that disgusts you, you don't want to be around them. So it's such a powerful emotion, disgust. So that's how I felt about myself. I lacked self-love, and it evolved into feeling disgust for myself. Well, for my identity. I disgusted my habits. I disgusted my behaviors. I disgusted that I felt like not good enough. And it was a positive thing, because that actually helped me to start working on myself. I was like, okay, if I disgust my environment, the people around me feel like they don't have the best influence for me. I discussed my mindset, and I discussed that I don't have enough education. I just discussed so many things about myself. I discussed that I didn't take good care about myself. Also that I lacked sleep. All of those things. I was like, I want to be a person who loves herself, who sleeps enough and has good quality of sleep and feels amazing. I want to be a person who doesn't smoke. I wanted to be a person who doesn't drink alcohol. I just wanted to change so many things. It could get also overwhelming when you want to change your whole identity, which was for me. I had to completely crush my past identity to rebuild myself from the ground. But the point is that you can work on yourself when you don't love yourself. There is a start. You just start really small, really, really small. Some people start from shifting their identity and learning to love themselves. Some people start with building trust with themselves, because building trust helps to fall in love with yourself. Some people start giving their body space and safety first, and that helps with self-love. There are so many things you can do. Some people start with positive affirmations. I think one mistake that people do with positive affirmations, though, is they repeat them. They repeat positive affirmations to themselves without feeling it, without feeling it, really. Yeah, it's okay to repeat it when you don't believe it, to force yourself to believe it, to believe what you say. Let's say your positive affirmation is, I care for myself now. And maybe you don't believe it then, you know? Or you say, I love myself. I love my body. I love my personality. I love who I am. And I'm ready to grow and change. But I accept who I am now, you know? And I'm ready to change and grow. Maybe you don't believe it because maybe you hate yourself so much. Like I also hated myself so much. I hated my looks. I hated my mindset. I hated that I thought I was not intelligent and stupid. I hated many things about myself. But so when you do those affirmations and you say that something you don't believe, like you say, no, I'm smart, but you don't believe it. You don't believe that you are smart. But you just try to do those affirmations every day and repeat to yourself, I'm smart, I'm smart, I'm smart. It has to come with a feeling. If you do the affirmations, try to do them with feelings. I have suppressed my feelings for many years, but I am learning to not suppress them and feel them and allow myself to feel really any emotion, and embrace feeling the negative emotions as well, because they're there just for a moment and then it goes away. Try to feel it. Don't just repeat it for the sake of repeating and wishing, oh, great, I just said it once and everything is going to change. It doesn't work that way. We gotta feel it. If you say, I love myself, hug your body and try to feel the love. Try to give that love to yourself. I don't know if you have children. I don't have children yet, but I just imagine it. If I had children, I would want them to feel loved. What would I do? I would hug them and give that soft, calm, maternal energy. So try to do that to yourself. Give yourself a hug and share that maternal, beautiful, calm, safe frequency. That will help with self-love if you work on positive affirmations. I think the important thing to do to love yourself more, so it becomes easier to work on yourself, is building trust. Building trust in two ways. One way is keeping the promises you make to yourself. Another way is listening to your body. Our body gives us so many cues, and we need to listen to it. We need to not suppress the feelings that come. We need to relax our belly and breathe into our stomach to relax our nervous system. We need to not numb our body with sugar and junk food and alcohol and all the other addictions. I feel like we are addicted to substances because we have some form of emotional pain that we don't want to deal with. Like, for example, I used to binge eat and drink a lot of alcohol. I think because of those suppressed emotions from my childhood. I don't want to say I had huge traumas, but a little ones. Yes, I had some little traumas kept in my body that I had to work through. I was always in this strong woman identity that I can do everything by myself. I was in this high masculine energy, dealing with everything by myself. I felt like a father that I need to provide and take care, and I shouldn't be emotional because I absorbed that energy when I was a child. Now I understand that self-love comes from working through, any kind of little traumas or big ones that maybe you have kept in your body, allowing yourself to feel and supporting your body and listening to it. If you hold a sucked in stomach 24/7 and you breathe into the chest, you basically maybe should learn how to breathe and relax your nervous system and listen to your body. If you have pains, my friends who are very stressed and they feel like they are in fight or flight, they have physical pains and they don't know why. Well, some come from those suppressed emotions from not giving your body enough love. So just try to listen what your body is saying you. Are you feeling any kind of pain? Try to understand why. Try not to numb yourself with substances or unhealthy habits. Oh, I think I drifted. I started sharing about binge eating, but I drifted a little bit. So yeah, because of my suppressed emotions, I would binge eat because I wasn't feeling safe and I didn't feel good enough. So I was binge eating. That definitely wasn't good for my body. So I started giving my body safe space and doing some practices like breath work and dancing to regulate my emotions, to heal my inner traumas. And that's how my body is trusting me now. It trusts me, and it's I don't know how to explain this feeling. Like, my body can trust me that I will regulate it, that I will give it good nutrition, I will hydrate it, I will regulate the nervous system, and it can show me any kind of cues for what it needs. If I crave some food, it's because I crave some form of minerals or vitamins. If I feel a bit weak, I know I am missing iron or vitamin D. Like, the body is giving you cues. It's just about understanding it and not numbing it. Another thing, how to work on yourself when you don't love yourself, but the love starts building from there, is building trust with the promises that I mentioned. How to keep promises to yourself. When you keep promises to yourself, it builds such confidence. Wow. I used to not keep the promises to myself or to other people as well. I would cave in. I was like, if it's a bit inconvenient and maybe I don't feel like doing it anymore, then I just don't do it. Then I just cancel it. If it's easy, then I would do it. But when I would break the promises to myself, let's say I would say, okay, I'm gonna go and work out tomorrow, and then I don't feel like doing it. And I don't go. My self-worth would diminish. every time I didn't keep a promise to myself, my self-worth was diminishing lower and lower and lower. And God, when your self-worth is low, the right people don't come into your life, the right finances don't come into your life, you just feel lost. I truly believe that the higher self-worth you have, the better friends you have, the better partner you find in life, you have better relationships with your family, and money flows. The more higher self-worth you have, the better career you can build, and the more money flows your way. I think everything depends on that self-worth and confidence. So, I was so disgusted with my choices that I wasn't keeping a word to myself. I had to start small because I realized I was overwhelmed with how many goals I had and how many things I wanted to change that I couldn't do it all at the same time. It was just too much to keep that many promises to myself. So I was like, okay, let me look at it more realistically and decrease the promises that I need to hold for myself so I can slowly build up my identity to the next level. So I started really small, like really, really, really small, like just focusing, like with workouts, for example. I used to be super fit, like an athlete when I was a teenager. And then I had breaks on and off, on and off. So to get into being consistent, I started really small. Like I would say I would first focus on only 5 minutes on doing anything. Like if I said I'm gonna go to the gym, I didn't tell myself I'm gonna go and smash 1.5 hours workout, only then I will feel accomplished. No, I decreased the level of feeling accomplished to the smallest effort possible. I said, okay, I'm just gonna go for 5 minutes and I'm just gonna warm up. And if I don't feel like doing it, that's fine. For me, 5 minutes on a warm up will be enough. If I was able to stay at home and work out, I would do the same. I would show up, do 5 minutes core. That's it. Enough. That was a win. Small little accomplishments and super small promises helped me to build up to doing the behaviors or the so-called habits consistently, and it helped me hold bigger and bigger promises to myself. I think when you have something, when you have a goal, like the goal of, okay, I'm gonna love myself and I'm gonna work on myself, and then you come up with so many tasks for yourself, I think it becomes too big. It becomes too big and too overwhelming that you just like have no idea where to start anymore because it feels impossible. It feels like you just have to do so much that it becomes paralyzing. But when you, let's say, come up with a dream or a goal, and then you're like, I'm just gonna forget that destination. I'm gonna just come up with the smallest little task possible that feels easy to do. It feels like even stupid how easy it is to do it. And I'm gonna start there, and then when I check it off, I'm gonna continue with the next little thing. I think that's really key to success, into working on yourself and self-worth, and that boosts feeling worthy. Start small. Self-improvement space can feel so overwhelming and paralyzing, and it might feel like you need to read more books to work on yourself and do this. You might need to watch more videos to improve something. No, you don't need to do any of that You are amazing the way you are. Look inwards. You have everything within you. And start really, really small. Just sit down and write down the next step that you can do for yourself today to build trust with yourself and your body,